Do you guys remember a time where WWE started doing shows in Saudi Arabia and they didn't deliver? Yeah, it's not quite a wonderful time to talk about. It's not the best time in pro wrestling ever to talk about, but it is an interesting topic. So let's get into it. The first show, man, was the Greatest Royal Rumble. Tell me out of anything on that point was worth it. Because, first of all, what is the Greatest Royal Rumble in the first place? Huh? Is somebody gonna co-headline the Greatest WrestleMania? Made no shit. What is the Greatest Royal Rumble? You do a Royal Rumble to headline a WrestleMania. That pay-per-view name, already shit. Then we get into that stupid match itself, but alright. Let's talk about some dumb shit here. Undertaker versus Rusev. Made no sense, really. They announced Chris Jericho at that time, who's wrestling for New Japan and had deals with WWE or something, and then they took him off, and then they put Rusev back in. So it was just a clusterfuck. Casket match. Bullshit. Roman and Brock. Alright. If you're not gonna put the title of Roman on WrestleMania, then why would you not do it in Saudi? Like, at least at that time we were craving for a champion. Really took a big hold on Monday Night Raw at that time. You know, he's not gonna get booed because it's in a freaking Saudi show. It's not in America. It's not in the US. It's not in Canada. It's not in the hardcore market of the WWE or just pro wrestling in general. Saudi Arabia, it's a different crowd, casual viewers, whatever. He's gonna get cheered good on. You know, Roman's gonna win. Oh God. Roman and Brock have the most weirdest match ever. I think it was again kind of a finisher fest. Then it got slow, a little more of a finisher fest. And then finally, I think Heyman throws in a chair, and then Roman's about to beat up Brock, and then the spot they do, which is a holy shit moment. Roman is out of the cage with Brock Lesnar. Roman spears him. Right, okay, sure. That is a cool moment. But then what the no, what, tell me. Michael Cole, Vincent is here telling him straight up. Roman has won. I was like, okay, Roman has won, he's won. Like, why is he in the title? Most confusing shit ever. We're not gonna do this. Triple H and John Cena, and these guys went out there and had a pretty okay good match. Not gonna say it was a 5-star banger or something. They had a pretty okay good match. Cena and Hunter, they had a good match. It was on, right? It didn't suck really. But the shows in Saudi, they suck for some time. All right, so I believe the other match there was the WWE Championship match. I might be wrong if I'm right or something. All right, so the WWE Championship match, they're like just a lot of wrestlers or some stuff. No, not a lot of wrestlers. That's Rambo. Sorry, this paper was confusing. It was Shinsuke versus AJ, and they didn't know what the fuck to do with that at that time. Shinsuke versus AJ was the most weirdest feud ever in 2018. That might be the worst feud of 2018. Finn? I think Miz, Finn, and Seth, and Samoa Joe. And my God, this match. Samoa Joe was from his predecessors of, TNA X division or whatever. God, this match was fun. This match was the match of the night. Should have kicked off this match. We also had Jinder Mahal versus Jeff Hardy for no fucking reason. Yeah, could you tell? Jinder effing Mahal versus Jeff Hardy. And then we got into the Royal Rumble. God awful, bro. They had Bryan Danielson, nowadays known as, come out and they just let him beat his chest to red. Straight up. His chest was like ground beef. It was like grounded. the chest was like meat, and it was just like straight up like red and like God. And you don't have him when after he put out a great performance, they could have done something out of this. Braun Strowman of all people did not need that win. Whatever that championship was he held. Not again the universe at all. Anyways, this pay-per-view. Well, at this point, people think this was the worst thing they've ever seen, but this is nothing. This is pretty good if you compare it to what's about to happen. All right, let's get into 2018 fucking Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel in 2018, man. God dang it. Best in the world. CM Punk chants were going all the way around. Not really in Saudi, but in America. CM Punk. The best of the world tournament, and Shayna said, I don't think he's in the tournament. Anyways, CM Punk's chants went on and on and on, and they did the CM Punk shit. Sure, they did the CM Punk shit, but it didn't do as well as what I was gonna say. They did that shit, but it didn't go too well. CM Punk that time was gone, obviously, and I'm gonna mention you about why he was gone, because there's a lot of stuff that's detailed on SCW here to talk about. But Crown Jewel, man, nah, this was the first one, and we had Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and Braun Strowman in a triple threat, and Brock Lesnar they ruined Braun Strowman with ruining his Money in the Bank cash in, and then they give us the triple threat match. Roman Reigns has to pull out because of leukemia and all that stuff. So it's Brock versus Braun for the vacant championship. All right, sure. That does make enough sense, but I'm gonna say more. It's Braun and Brock. Braun and Brock. That was gonna be the big clash that we saw in No Mercy 2017, and wherever their feud was at SummerSlam. They had that match there. But no, this match, Brock packed him up, and he tried to end it as fast, and it was nothing. Like you couldn't tell what the fuck was going on. All right, yeah, Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman. Yeah, he packed him up, and whatever. Well, Braun and Brock, that was something. And then just talk about the best of the world stuff they were doing at that time. With the trophy, they were clearly giving a shot at CM Punk that we are create our own best in the world, like on this thing. You have Seth Rollins that could have won this thing. You have Jeff Hardy. You even have The Miz. You even have Dolph Ziggler. I'm not saying Dolph Ziggler in this. That was not a good final, but you had a lot of wrestlers. Rey Mysterio would have won this thing, and people could call him the best wrestler in the world too. Kayfabe, Miz is injured. I don't know what happened. He attacks Dolph, and then he gets injured, and then Shane McMahon and that stuff. Holy crap! What the fuck that was? Shane McMahon and that Shane McMahon feud. Didn't know what the fuck was happening. Alright, Shane McMahon and his non-feud itself. Holy hell, let's get in that. Give him his stuff. Shane McMahon wins this thing, and he beats Dolph Ziggler. He's but sweating, just what the fuck. Moving on. Atrocious. We're going goof straight up Shane McMahon. You had so many other wrestlers to put on a best of the world performance and say CM Punk, you know what, fuck you, Punk. We have the better wrestlers. You were good at for your time. You were what we need, but we don't need. We don't think you are. We have the best wrestlers. But this is like just no. This is bullshit. All right, let's get into the DX Brothers of Destruction versus I'm gonna say Sean Hunter. Goddamn this match, bro. When I watched this shit at that time, anybody who watched this shit, you could tell, what the fuck is going on? It's a stupid, goofy wrestling match. There's no character. There's no that cool DX. So what happens is that this match straight up, people no longer tell with the greatest Rumble because you know how stupid that was anyways. I'm not. This match, goofy as hell, because it was so there's so many botches that were just so stupid. They were past their prime. They had no reason to wrestle. Shawn Michaels should never come out of retirement. Everybody talked about that so many times, and I think, yeah. Let's move on for the show. Alright, it doesn't get better. It doesn't get better. Now, Super Showdown 2019. Now we're finally getting into the Saudi hero that Vince McMahon wanted to get paid for, Mansoor. And Mansoor comes out. He's the Saudi hero. He wins this battle royal. No one knows what happens with that push. What's happening with Mansoor? He just wants to please the Saudi guys. All right, Mansoor wins. That what's happened is Shane McMahon and Roman Reigns have their match, and that feud itself was dog shit. Couldn't tell, and that really started to people say, you know what the fuck is this? Like this is again the stupid Roman big dog nonsense. You don't like it. It was humiliating for Roman himself. Ain't gonna lie. So yeah, bullshit, dog shit feud. Shane McMahon and Roman Reigns. It took fucking forever to that feud to go to shit or something. Yeah. So Roman and Shane. It had to do with Roman and Drew, but you know, Roman and Shane. Well, what it was. Roman and Shane McMahon went out there and had, you know, one of the worst matches ever, and so like slippery, sloppy, whatever. Just Shane McMahon sweating like a pig, hog, whatever I'm gonna say, but you know, carny ass match, straight up. We're not done here. Baron Corbin versus Seth Rollins. Oh boy, that feud itself was a nightmare. Baron Corbin was fucking boring. Seth Rollins things is a boring ass feud after a great start with AJ Styles. You ruined Seth Rollins' character at that time, the man's man, or whatever the fuck, and the thing they were doing with Brock. It was a bit entertaining, but you know what the fuck, we just. Oh, it doesn't end there even more. It gets more worse. I believe this is the main event, and I can believe say that this was the main, alright? Goldberg and Taker. This is what people wanted back in the day, you know, Undertaker versus Goldberg. We like this in 2003 would have like been a good thing if Goldberg and Taker, if Goldberg stayed and he had this match with Undertaker. It would have been a great thing, but now both of them don't know the past their prime. Everybody wanted to see this match, and everybody thought this match was going to be some phenomenal banger. Now listen, all right, so we just didn't learn from our South. We trusted, and again, this match is going to go down as one of the worst matches. Goldberg hits his head coming out on his entranceway, hits his head, and then what happens is that Goldberg ends up being concussed. He's already bleeding before starting the match. Then, you know, Taker also is not in the greatest shape, and Taker again having that last one, not one who as he always wanted to, and Undertaker just straight up dies. Also. But first he kills Goldberg. He kills Goldberg. He drops him on his neck. He drops him on his head with that tombstone. Goldberg is done. Goldberg gets more concussed. This is before he actually dropped on his head, I believe. He tries to hit a spear. His head goes, hits. He's concussed already from that thing. So his head hits directly on the post, and then he started bleeding more, and then it's just blood and blood and blood, and just, and they tried to clean up or whatever. It's just, and it was just bleeding. It was just saddest shit in the world. It was not cool seeing blood. Yeah, it's cool seeing blood, but it was like blood, okay. And Taker just picks him up, tombstones him on his head, and then Goldberg kicks out, and then Undertaker, I think, picks him up, does that freaking, and then Goldberg kicks up, Goldberg comes out, and then he does that freaking jackhammer, drops Taker on his neck, kills him straight up. And now what they do is they just do the chokeslam spot, and this has been documented as well. This shit really was not the greatest thing of all time. It sucked. I'm gonna fast forward a lot now. Alright, so we get into Crown Jewel 2019, which was again one of the world's weirdest ones, and it just doesn't get better here, people. Yeah, Crown Jewel 2019. Women wrestling in pajamas. I'm gonna say that. It was I'm gonna say it was okay for what they were doing at that time to bring women's wrestling to Saudi for the first time ever. Other than that, yeah. Team Flair versus Steve Hogan. Again, that, Saudi money thing. And I believe, and then Kane Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar for just that stupid Kofi Kingston thing that nobody still gets. Why would they do that? And then Tyson Fury versus Braun Strowman. Tyson Fury is a real fighter. Braun, it's like WWE. This is scripted. Everyone knows that. Like, it's like, what the fuck? Like, it made no sense why they were doing that shit. I think Tyson Fury got paid a lot and shit for that, clearly. And Kane Velasquez and Brock, you could have done that into it made a good, compelling story a little bit, but no, it just ruined Kofi Kingston's career. Brock Lesnar and then just straight up, becomes that big bully champion again, and now he's holding the WWE title. But yeah, ends up being it was more it's not present, I'm gonna say, because it was a shorter one with that title championship, and he beat Kofi. So Brock Lesnar is this WWE champion or whatever. It don't matter, like, if he's this champion. Brock is this champion. Whatever. Yeah, this show also didn't really. And then yes, Seth and Fiend, that was the one up in the highlight. This show is quite, if you think quite a lot better from all the shows that I've just talked about, all three in the past. But it's not. And we thought, okay, maybe it's getting a little better. Maybe they're doing a little, stupid shit, but okay, it can be getting a tiny bit better. This was the best show until at that point. This was the best Saudi show at that point. Now we get into, again, we thought it's gonna get better. Oh boy, it's gonna get worse. Super Showdown, where Bayley defends a women's championship for the first time for the Saudi crowd, and I believe she beats Naomi or some stuff, and then you have like Seth and Murphy, Buddy Matthews versus the AOP versus I think the Viking Raiders. They were doing that shit. Yeah, just absolutely made no shit of sense. Like, you cannot tell that this shit was just stupid. It was stupid. The Twake Trophy, and you knew the Taker was gonna come on, and they had that spot. That was cool. But then in the main event, God, why did you do this? And Ricochet was getting this big highlight, Riddle as being this guy, and they were really giving him his push, and they were making him look like a big star, and they fucking buried him. This is where Ricochet became the jobber joke that for a few years, for a couple of years, it was known as, a couple of years, I believe, was known as that jobber joke. Ricochet got buried, straight up buried on this night, and then Ricochet was never the same, really. What gets worse is that a old Goldberg is challenging the Fiend Brock. Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin, I don't know what the fuck those two cage match was, but that was something. But Goldberg and the Fiend So Goldberg comes out of nowhere, challenges to that. All right, Cena's gonna have to squash him. It's gonna be a big thing for Bray Wyatt. He said it's gonna be this undoubtable monster, and Roman might beat him at WrestleMania, but Roman can also lose. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. Okay, so Goldberg squashes the Fiend. But what I'm gonna say is that Saudi and WWE from 2018 off, I think it was April, for 2 years the Saudi the thing was just a fever ring. It had mostly nothing to do with the storylines. The Where's More Rumble. Yokozuna, pal, just give me the money now, please. I gave you Yoko. I gave you like I think there was Mojo Rawley. It was for their Ultimate Warrior. Again, I don't want to discuss that shit. From 2018 to 2020, the Saudi shows were cursed, and it's a tale to tell forever in wrestling history. Spades out.